He's looking for help, but somehow my lips start the fire. I give him the food I'm making. I give him the money I'm saving. He won't hear a thing I'm saying. Just wanna make it right. Crazy how a kiss takes the power from your lips. He don't wanna hear it from me, hear it from me. Crazy how a kiss takes the power from your lips. He's not gonna hear it from me, hear it from me. You don't have to tell 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 me. I loved him and loved him and loved him. Somewhere along the line, he misplaced his trust, so he proved it.
Oh boy. All right, city, state, country. Let's go. I needed a second. It's been a long day. We got a nice night tonight. Hey, from DC, everybody, y'all are already dropping in your city, state, country. If you're not from America, city, state, if you're from America, or country if you're not from America. Let's check in real quick. Give me time to get to a place to do some notes. All right, where you tuned in? Detroit. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hey, Naomi. Rancho Cucamonga, Bessemer, Alabama. Memphis, Indianapolis, Orlando. Thank you. Appreciate you, Jennifer. Huntsville, Dallas, Connecticut, the Bronx, New York. Appreciate you. Bowie, Maryland, DMV. Richmond, Fredericksburg, Cayman Islands, Greensboro. Thank you, Baltimore. Toronto, Dallas. Wow, South Bend. Sorry. St. Louis, Gretna, Virginia. Thank you so much. San Antonio, Texas. Florence, South Carolina. Fort Worth. Yeah. Wow. Durham, Houston, Lakeland, Florida. Salisbury. DMV again. Anchorage, Alaska. Thank you so much, Chicago. Appreciate all of you. I am so excited to be here tonight. I am tired, but I'm gearing up for Phoenix tomorrow. Well, actually this Saturday. Keep going. Check in Denver. I appreciate you, Atlanta. I'm good, O'Neill. Good to see you. I'm tired, but that's life. I'm used to it. But I appreciate all of you and your support. Where are you tuning in from? Hickory, North Carolina. Thank you. Mexico. All right. Mansville, Texas. I appreciate you. Augusta, Georgia. On the Strip in Vegas. All right. Thank you so much. And happy birthday, Latrina. It's your birthday. And we should certainly absolutely give you an air horn or something. If I can get my stuff together. Y'all can see I'm just kind of behind the 8 ball tonight, but we're going to figure this out in a second. Just give me a second. Thank you so much, Fayetteville, North Carolina. All right. What is really going on with my stuff? Y'all better hope my soundboard don't work tonight. Y'all better hope my soundboard don't work tonight. Happy birthday to y'all. Appreciate y'all. Let me get my stuff together. All right. Arizona, appreciate you. Sumter, South Carolina. Alabama. Is that Northeast Alabama? Is there such thing? Minden, Nebraska. Good. Appreciate all of you. Yeah, this is going to be good tonight because I'm exhausted. So we know what that means. And I just needed a second, but I'm not going to be long tonight. I've got a very early flight in the morning. I'm heading to Phoenix in the morning. And excited for those of you that are going to be in Phoenix that are going to join us out there. It's not a very big crowd at all. It's going to be a lot more intimate this stop. I'm good with that. I got in this business not to be seen, but to make an impact. And so don't care if 5 people come. We're going to talk to all 5 of you and have a great time. I'm excited. This is going to be great. Jamaica, thank you so much. Miami, DC, y'all are still rolling in. Kansas, wow. I appreciate your support. And got some incredible news. Should be sharing really soon about because after Phoenix, it is Houston, and then after Houston is the DMV. And we have agreed in principle to the DMV. We will be at the Gaylord in the National Harbor in DC. And that's going to be a time. I'm telling you now, you might want to get tickets fast. I'm getting a lot of love in the Maryland DMV area, and I'm excited about that. And so if you're near DC, I want you to come. After DC, we'll be looking at New York. After New York, we'll be looking at Chicago. And then after Chicago, I think we'll be looking at Charlotte, North Carolina. So we're rolling. Dallas, so you're on the list. It's going to be great. Gaylord is a really, really nice spot. And going to even have by request, many of you have requested some VIP stuff, which is kind of wild to me. And so we'll even have VIP entry in a special VIP event pre the tour talk. For those of you that are in DC, we're going to introduce that format there. I'm hoping to have the tickets available within the next 24 to 48 hours. Jump on them fast. It's going to be great. I love the National Harbor. It's one of my favorite spots in DC as well. DC might as well go ahead and adopt me as much as I go. And so I'm excited about that and can't wait to meet all of you in DC. I think DC is just going to be a whole vibe by itself. So yeah, it's going to be great and I'm excited for you. Do me a favor, like the video, share the video if you haven't already. Let me just move some notes really quickly. I don't have a lot of notes because I didn't have a lot of time to take a lot of notes, but this is easy. This is certainly something I can teach in my sleep. Because I want to talk about healing your relationship with rejection. And this is going to be big. This is going to be hard for some of you. And I'm going to do this in a very unique way, in a way that I've never done before. I'm going to talk about healing your relationship with rejection in the context of the 5 areas of healing, suggesting to you that when you heal your relationship with rejection, you can heal it by addressing yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially. So this is going to be great. Again, appreciate all of your support, the kind messages. So many of you have sent me messages. Let me say this to all of you. I'm in a very interesting season of my life. I'm not complaining at all. There were days that I prayed for days like today. I want to thank all of you, especially those of you that know me personally, those of you that are people that I consider friends, for giving me the greatest gift you could ever give me this season. Greater than a Cash App, greater than buying a ticket, greater than showing up for a show, all of that stuff. The greatest gift that I could receive in this season is the gift called grace. I'm just telling you. It's the greatest gift in the world that I could receive in this season. I don't have a lot of free time at all. And I'm not saying that from a complaining standpoint. I'm saying that because I'm really locked in and zoned in and focused on the task ahead and really trying some new things this year, taking some big risk, had some big wins. I've had some big losses already. But I want to thank all of you for giving me the gift of grace. We defined that last week, that grace is deserved or undeserved love and understanding. And it has been the greatest gift that many of you have given me this season. You haven't whined, you haven't complained because I haven't been able to be really responsive. I've got text messages still on unread, stuff like that. And you guys have really given me grace in the season, and I appreciate it. And I don't take that for granted. And so I wanted to say that out loud so that everybody was aware that you are appreciated. To that end, let's make sure that we like the video and share the video. This is what I want us to do tonight. I want you to like the video, share the video. I want you to grab your journal. You're going to need some plain paper tonight. I think I have an idea of a diagram that I can make out of this lesson tonight. And so get a plain sheet of paper or two. We are talking about healing your relationship with rejection. This is going to be a hard topic. This is going to be a challenging topic tonight, but I think it's going to be a necessary one. And I'm excited to have you here and excited to be a part of your journey. Do me a favor. Let me shout out all of my subscribers. Those of you that have subscribed on Patreon and IG, thank you so much for your subscription. We had an incredible time Monday. All through the month of March, we are doing Ask Me Anything Mondays for subscribers only. And get this, we're in a Zoom format. And so everybody's on the screen. You can see everybody. I saw people that I've only seen screen names before. I've never seen their faces before. And so it was really cool to meet many of my subscribers Monday, kind of sort of meet virtually. But we're doing that every Monday this week. Ask Me Anything. Incredible questions on a wide gamut of things from healing and community to children and co-parenting to, I think it was a topic about gaslighting, just all kinds of things. And so that's Mondays. And so if you have not subscribed on Instagram or Patreon, I would highly recommend that you do that ASAP. You're really going to enjoy Mondays, and excited about you all and thankful for my subscribers. You haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel. I'm getting ready to make a shift, somewhat of a turn in my content. I'm going to continue to post the content that I post, but I'm seriously about to jump on this Ask Me Anything on YouTube. And so I'm going to be doing about 2 videos a week on YouTube, where if you have questions that you want me to answer and you don't mind me answering them openly, of course, you have to submit your personal name, information, stuff like that. I'm going to make videos out of those, and they're going to be more podcast style. And so those videos will be 15, 20 minutes in length, exclusively on YouTube. I really want to grow the community there. And so if you've got a question, you can email it to info@zebthethird.com. That's info@zebthethird.com. Put in the subject line, Ask Me Anything, so that the email goes to the right place. And I'll be starting that content, if I'm not mistaken, I think next week. I'm going to try to do some shooting this week and in between doing the tour stuff. And so even when I'm not working, I'm always working. And so I'm going to work on that this weekend. And again, thank you all, my friends, family members, those that just care about me. The greatest gift you've given me in this season is grace. And so many of you have not taken my absence and inability to be completely present personal. And that means so much to me. And I believe you reap that back, because I have friends that are very busy, that are very successful, that are doing great things. We might talk once or twice a year. And that's something I've never taken personal, because I know what it's like to be busy and in demand and a lot going on. And so thank you so much for that. I want to say quickly, 2 things really quickly. I need you to jump on if you haven't already. Number one, if you have not shared my flyer for the tour in Phoenix, I actually posted it yesterday. What's today? Thursday. Yesterday, Wednesday, on all of my networks. I want you to share that flyer. For any of your friends that might be in the Arizona area, surrounding states, share that now. I would love to get about 20 more people in this small, intimate room that we've got in Phoenix. A shout out to the Stadium Phoenix. Incredible facility. And shout out to the owner, Tuo. I had a great conversation with him this week. He's really opened his doors and excited to have this type of event in his facility, one of the nicest facilities in Phoenix, and it's going to be great. And really excited and honored and grateful that he opened his doors to me, just getting started on the Chitlin circuit and just giving me an opportunity. And I told him I'll never forget this. And so I'm grateful for him, and major shout out to him. So share that flyer if you haven't already. And also, spring cleaning and healing starts in like 3 weeks. Spring cleaning and healing is every Saturday in April and the first Saturday in May. I'm teaching 5 incredible courses, 90 minutes a course. Subscribers, those of you that took the course at the beginning of the year, you have a promo code. Get that promo code and use it, and jump in on that course. Because that course is going to be 5 90-minute session weeks or 5 90-minute session Saturdays with me. And it's incredible. It's one of the best course decks that I put together in a very long time. And it's the easiest way to get on my calendar. The way things are moving, it is a good chance I might be able to open my calendar for new clients in May, maybe June. Not sure. Don't hold me to that. I've got to see really how March is a critical week. I've got some clients that are going to be rolling off that are doing really, really, really well. And I'm incredibly excited and happy for them. I lost 2 very good clients this week that just were done. Nothing was wrong. They are finished. They've reached the end of their journey. They're ready to get kicked out the nest and fly. And it's always a happy and a sad time at the same time. And so I've got quite a few clients I think that are going to be rolling off in March, which means those of you that have been asking to get on my calendar, it is a very good chance, if not May, June, I'll be able to open up my calendar for new clients. And I'm looking forward to welcoming you all for those of you that want to join as new clients. And I'd be happy to have you, Teresa. Thank you so much. Thank you, Naomi the G, or the Great. I appreciate you. You're already supporting. And thank you so much for sending that Arizona love. She was a part of this spectacular team in Atlanta. And I'm excited for all of you. Now, Inspire Nation, you know how we get down. If I say something tonight that makes sense, I want you to type in the comments, church, with as many R's as possible. Let's keep the comments as respectful but open as possible. The whole purpose of Thursdays is to give you an opportunity to get free life design. You get to experience what it's like to be in a session with me somewhat, though I think the sessions are a little bit more intense than the lives. And so if you think the lives are something, I don't know what to tell you, but this is why my clients see results and see them really fast. And so if I say anything that makes sense tonight, type church in the comments with as many R's as possible. In the event that you see some salad icons flying up the screen, it is because people are telling you to support the show, and hopefully they are supporting the show themselves. I've already had people start to support tonight's show. Tonight might be another candidate for Live of the Year already. Every week it seems like it gets stronger. And so please, ma'am and sir, support the show. If you support the show well, I will leave the live up so that you can watch the replay as much as you want to. But get a journal, get a notebook. 2 new clients this week who continue the same story. Doc, first time with you, been watching you for 7 months. I almost canceled my session because I've almost done the work without you. And that is because they've been tuning into these lives. And so these lives are very valuable. And your support goes a long way, not only towards just buying me lunch, but it is about you investing in your rescue. If you are drowning in an ocean, a smart lifeguard is not going to go within 6 feet of you. Why? Because ain't no need of both of y'all dying. Which means if you want to heal, you have to be willing to invest in your own rescue. And so that's why I'm adamant about people supporting this show. And I want to encourage you to do that tonight. In the event that you see some eagles start to fly up the screen, don't get nervous. It is because somebody has jumped in the comments and they've said something ignorant. And here in Inspire Nation, we fly high above birds. So you may start to see some eagles fly in the sky. If you see a crazy negative comment in the chat area, just simply flag it. Or just simply put an eagle in the comment section. And when you do that, I can't see. Okay, thank you so much, Tisha, for your support. Just put an eagle in the comment section. And when you do that, our faithful moderators, we've got about 4 moderators that are working all of our networks. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. And our moderators who are outstanding will see the eagles. They'll find the comments, and you'll never see another comment again from them tonight. All right. So make sure you do that and we will appreciate you. Now, let's get into this. I want you to put in the comments tonight's topic, healing your relationship with rejection. Healing your relationship with rejection. Let's talk about it. Healing your relationship with rejection. I want to talk about this, and I want to talk about this in the context of the 5 years of healing, because I really, I don't plan to be on until 11 tonight. I'm really going to try my best to get off before 11 so I can lay down for at least a couple of hours. I got 2 workouts in the morning, then I got to hit the road and get out of here and get to the airport really early tomorrow. So I'm going to try not to be very long tonight, but we're not going to rush through the content either. Healing your relationship with rejection. Why this topic, Doc? I'll tell you why. Because people really have an unhealthy relationship with being rejected. It's that simple. And what you're going to learn tonight is greater than just being rejected from a romantic standpoint. It could be rejection from family. It could be rejection from friends. It could be rejection at work. It can be rejection, whatever. My goal tonight is to heal this unhealthy relationship that we have in our culture with rejection, because many of you don't pursue certain things, don't go after certain things, don't do certain things for fear of rejection. And at the end of the day, rejection is rooted in several things, like fear, like insecurity, like validation or the need for validation. And so we're going to talk a little bit about all of these things, but understand this: rejection is not the end of the world. And if you are listening to me tonight and you have a problem with being rejected, it is a major sign that you are not healed. Oh my God. Don't tell me you healed and you're afraid to be rejected. You're not. Ain't nobody healed that's afraid to be rejected. I don't care how cute you are. I don't care how fine you are. I don't care how successful you are. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what family you come from. I don't care who you're connected to. If you cannot handle 2 things, being despised or being rejected, you got more healing work to do. This is how I know ultimately many of you really don't want the success that you really think you want. I don't care what Oprah, I don't care what nobody else told you. If you cannot handle being despised and you cannot handle being rejected, you can't handle being successful either. I'm going to tell you a whole lot of stuff you can't handle. If you don't like being despised and rejected, you can't handle being successful. Oh my God. You're not ready to be happy either. Oh my God. For all of you people that want to be happy, but don't like being despised and can't stand being rejected, stay where you're at. Stay exactly where you are. And this is the problem. Much of this culture wants everything that they have or that is coming their way easy. In fact, many of you don't even realize that most of you, rejection and being despised was probably one of the greatest gifts you've ever received. Oh my God. Let me put it another way. Sometimes instead of being sad about what didn't work, you need to be happy about the stuff that didn't work. Because if most of you were honest, if many of the things you wanted to work did not work, or you wanted to work actually worked, you probably wouldn't be who you are and where you are right now. Oh my God. But no, we think that everything is always supposed to work out for us the way we want it to work out every single time. And the reality is, you cannot confuse a goal. You cannot confuse a goal with an outcome. Let me just go ahead and just get y'all to the meat tonight. I want you to put this in the comments. You're going to be the smartest person at the water cooler all week, all weekend, one day in the weekend. Don't confuse a goal with an outcome. Let me tell you what healing security does for you. When you heal and become secure in who you are, you can set a goal for your life but be more interested in landing in the outcome than you are the goal. I explained this to a client today, and she was like, Doc, this is insane. It might be book worthy. You can set a goal for your life, but if you don't hit the goal, but you hit an outcome, when you learn how to be satisfied with all of the rejection and challenge along the way, you can embrace the outcome as much, if not better, than the goal, which is why some of us don't get disappointed long. You know why? Because my resistance around goals is minimal. I set goals. I focus on outcomes. Let me make this real simple. My goal is to heal the world. To have this tour. No. My goal is to have this tour and to fill every city up where I go. My outcome, though, is to ultimately heal the world. So if 200 people come, great. If 2 come, then that's the assignment for that city. And many of you are more focused on the goal than the outcome. And this is why you're miserable in the journey. Oh my God. You are miserable in the journey that is your life because when things don't work out for you, you lose sight of the fact that it's cool to miss a goal as long as you land with the outcome. What's the outcome? To be happy, to be content, to be satisfied, to be healed, to be full, to be complete, whatever that means. Sometimes being full means you don't end up being with the person you want to be with. Oh my God. Sometimes being complete means that it doesn't work out with the person you thought it was going to work out with. Oh my God. That's not a shade statement. It's understanding the difference between a goal and an outcome. And while we're on this relationship talk, let me take that a step further. For all of you, especially you single people, it's okay to have plans, but it's better to focus on outcomes. Meaning, it's better that you focus on things like being content and being happy and being fulfilled and being satisfied, even if that means you being single, versus focusing on finding the right one you think is the right one, shooting for that as a goal, you get them and you're miserable. Oh my God. Your goal might be to find the dream person. The outcome might be you may never find them. So if that's the case, have you done enough work to be okay with that kind of rejection? Because sometimes it ain't just people that reject us. Sometimes our goals reject us. Wow. Oh my God. People aren't the only things or individuals or whatevers that reject us. Sometimes you're rejected by your goals and your plans. So when your plans reject you, you better be comfortable with the journey so you can reach the outcome. What's the outcome? To be the most whole, complete, stable, content person you absolutely can be. This don't make sense, Doc. I know, because it is somewhat a spiritual principle. I'll get to that in a second. Because there is about a 15, 20-minute segment where I'm going to lose everybody on this call that doesn't have a spiritual foundation nor desire one. That's when I'm going to ask all of y'all to go to the back of the plane and coach, and we're going to sit up in first class for a little while. Okay? Get a sheet of paper. Let's talk about this. I got so much going on over here. I don't know where to start. There we go. Get a sheet of paper and let's do the thing that we always do. Let's make a big T. This is really impromptu tonight, but it'll work out. It always does. Get a big sheet of paper and let's make a big T. All right, let's make a big T. Let me show you what I mean. For those of you that are first time tuned in, if you have not supported the show, do so. It's about to get good. Let's make a big T on the paper. Because we're going to get ready to walk through something tonight. We're going to deal with this word rejection. I'm going to give you a basic definition of what the word rejection means. And then I'm going to walk you through the 5 areas of healing and how we can use the 5 areas of healing to heal our relationship with rejection. I hate to say this, y'all. I'm going to just go ahead and give you a preview. Rejection can actually manifest in certain behaviors based on your gender. Can I say this out loud? Some of y'all ladies ain't gonna like it. Some of you ladies are single not because you're not a good catch. Some of you ladies are single because you're afraid to hear the word no. Oh my God. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You know, it's funny when I do videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the videos are from a man's perspective. Like today's video was a very powerful video. You women get real quiet. And I always find that to be kind of amusing. You women get real quiet. Now, if that video was interviewing a woman who was talking about her anxious avoidant boyfriend, then you all would have been in there high-fiving me virtually. But this makes sense because historically, women tend to respond to rejection, criticism, a little bit different than men. So tonight, we're going to break through some of this. This is going to be so good. I can't help but smile. Let's talk about it. Let me give you my definition of rejection. It is the simplest definition of rejection you've ever heard. Many of you have been single for a long time and won't shoot your shot because you're afraid of hearing no. But you don't realize that every rejection isn't always a bad thing. And you can never be rewarded for a shot you don't take. Period. I'm talking to women and men, but especially women. You can't be rewarded for a shot you ain't willing to take. You can't. Let me give you my definition of rejection. You tell me what you think about it. It's the shortest definition of rejection you've ever heard. You ready? Put this in your journal, not on the white sheet of paper. Put this in your journal. You're going to be the smartest person at the water cooler all week. Rejection. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Rejection is the intentional or unintentional approval. Rejection, my definition, custom definition. Rejection is intentional or unintentional approval. That's it. Rejection is intentional or unintentional approval. Doc, how do you define rejection? Intentional or unintentional approval. That's all rejection is. Now, when we think about rejection being intentional or unintentional approval, we're going to break down the definition in a second. I said to you earlier that rejection is rooted in a couple of things. Number one, it's rooted in 3 things mainly, rooted in many things, but it's rooted in 3 main things. Number one, fear. Rejection is ultimately rooted in fear. And what is crazy about fear is an emotion that has the potential to paralyze you and keep you from pursuing things, people, positions, opportunities, whatever, that can paralyze you and keep you from pursuing things that have the potential ultimately to change your life. Fear. Number 2, this is a big one, insecurity. Insecurity is not only a characteristic, insecurity is an energy. Oh my God. And let me tell you what I know. And I'm especially talking to those of you that are anxiously attached or have severe insecurity issues. When you're around a secure person, you can smell insecurity like you can smell fish at a meat market. Oh my God. Insecurity is not only an energy, insecurity is a look. Insecurity is a sound. Insecurity is something we can see, and it is something energetically we can feel when you're in the presence of a person who has extreme insecurity. And I'm discovering that today, people really struggle with people's security. Insecure people really struggle with other people's security. This is a problem. This is a problem, and this is a core issue when it comes to rejection. Because I can promise you, at the bottom of the barrel, when it comes to rejection, will be challenges with fear and challenges with insecurity. And you can't fix insecurity by saying, I don't want to be insecure anymore. Some of you should be saying, then, Doc, how do I fix these things? I'll get to that in a second. But I want to be clear here. Never allow a person's security to make you insecure. If you're walking around allowing people's security to make you insecure, that's a you problem. That's your problem. I told somebody this week, reached out, had some questions about some things, had some questions about me, doing some work with them on this thing, and asked if I would be willing to alter my style and consider doing some things different. I said, nope. Oh my God. Absolutely not. I won't be. Well, Doc, we're just concerned that maybe with our audience, you might come across as, just, maybe a little cocky or arrogant. No, it's called secure. And when my security makes people insecure, that's a you problem. Ain't happening. I'll stay right here on the Chitlin circuit. Some people want fame so much that they're willing to change who they are to make other people comfortable. Not me. You better come around me with your big boy pants on and your big girl drawers. Oh my God. I mean, they need to be big bloomers. Because when you've worked to become secure, you don't feel no kind of way because people have a problem with your security. And some of you would do a whole lot better with the rejection if you just got to a place where you became secure in who you are. When you're secure in who you are, you learn to live with whether or not people receive you or not. Now, I get it, because everybody says they don't care that nobody, if people don't like them, if people don't receive them. But the reality is most of you just talking. Most of you have never been in positions where people really didn't like you and didn't have a reason not to like you, but you were secure enough to not care. Most of y'all just talking. But there is a level of security where you get to a place where people liking you is just a bonus. It ain't required. Oh my God. One of the signs that I knew I was healed. Then I'm going to move on to the third thing, and then we're going to get to this diagram. One of the signs that I knew I was healed was when I could honestly make this statement, and I got it from Terrell Owens when he was playing for the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowgirls, rather. Oh my God. When he was interviewed and he said, I love me some me. And I've discovered that people who are insecure really feel some kind of way about people who really love them. I know y'all don't like this. Some of y'all struggling with this because many of you want people to turn it down so you can be comfortable. Why don't you get out that room and go somewhere else where you're comfortable? Oh my God. If I have to turn me down to make you comfortable, maybe you're in the wrong room. Are y'all listening to me? Are y'all supporting the show? If you have to turn yourself down to be accepted in a room, maybe that's the wrong room. Well, Doc, don't you have to adjust sometimes? Maybe. Depends on what your values are. It depends on how connected you are to being authentic and being the best and truest version of yourself. But some of us don't want to be in a room so bad that we got to lose who we are in the process. And when you have to lose who you are in order to get in a room, that's the definition of a sellout. Oh my God. And there's a whole lot of sellouts walking around here acting like they healed when they really just sellouts. You ain't healed. You comfortable. You a sellout. Because it's somewhat uncomfortable to be who you are and be in spaces where you're not who you are is not received in those spaces, but you refuse to change who you are just to be comfortable in that space. Ain't a whole lot of content creators like me. Ain't a whole lot of people doing this counseling, therapy, coaching work like me. And I'm not going to give you the statement. I'm not trying to be arrogant. If you think I am, so be it. I don't care. And I'm not changing me to be on a platform or to be accepted. I'll stay on the chitlin circuit. Some of us teach this stuff. Some of us live it. So you need to work to be secure. We're going to talk about this because when you go through these 5 areas of healing, it'll help you get to a secure place. Rejection. Third thing rejection is rooted in: fear, insecurity, validation. Validation. Validation has always been and always will be an inside job. We have goofed up words like validation, narcissist, gaslight, manipulator, trauma. You know, these words that we found on the internet and just start using and putting labels on people. But validation is one of these words because many of you think that validation starts with what people think about you. Validation ain't got jack to do with what people think about you. That's the breaking news. Oh my God. Validation that lasts has to start and stop with you. And this is why when you're functioning in that space of how you feel about you being more importance than what people think about you, and you really become genuinely secure in that space, you become unbotherable. Somebody asked me this week, client, Doc, why you got unbothered honestly on all your profiles? Because that's how I live. I literally live an unbothered, honestly life. I love y'all, but I am not easily bothered. And some of you struggle with rejection. You know why? Because you are easily bothered. Family members easily bother you. Friends easily bother you. Coworkers easily bother. Complete strangers on social media easily bother you. I've gotten to this little habit now when people say crazy stuff on my posts, especially on Instagram, I just pin them to the top and let everybody see it. That's what you wanted anyway, right? Y'all, stop letting people who are not secure about themselves cause you to be bothered. You have to learn to grow to be unbotherable. And that's an energy too. Your greatest compliment is when people can be in your presence and say, I feel safe around you. I feel like ain't nothing gonna happen when I'm around you. I'm talking about man or woman. This ain't a man or woman thing. I feel sure around you. That's an energy. That's an energy. And this even has complications for when it comes to even things like masculine and feminine energy. Because you want to know a bad combination? An insecure woman and a man who needs validation. Oh my God. I'm tired. I'm about to just ratchet this up. Y'all supporting the show? Let me check. You want to talk about a ratchet combination? Put together an insecure woman and a man who craves external validation. You got a problem on your hands. I'm talking you have an entire problem on your hands. Because you have two people whose very presence and ability to be connected together is going to be based on things that happen outside of them. It's a horrible match. Here's the crazy part. So many of you men and women have the ability to recognize that that's a crazy match, but guess who you keep choosing? Oh my God. Guess who you keep choosing? Guiding. Guess who you keep choosing? Many of you women keep choosing men that need you to pump them up more than they pumping you up. I'm talking figuratively. Guiding. And many of you men keep choosing women who are so insecure that they don't know how to show up as the best version of themselves without the attention of anything outside of themselves. And that's what y'all keep choosing. Y'all supporting the show? People are asking, am I going to save it? Support the show. Is this making sense? Why is this important? Let's talk about why it's important. Because when you recognize that rejection is ultimately rooted in fear, insecurity, and validation, that people struggling with your security is not your problem, and that you will never allow another person's security to make you insecure, then you recognize that when it comes to rejection, ultimately healing rejection is an inside game. Thank you, Caitlin, so much for the support. Thank you, 40 the Great, for the support. Healing rejection ultimately is an inside game. Get your paper. Let me show you what I've done. Get your paper. Let's go right to this diagram. I've got 10:07. Wow. We might be till 11 o'clock. This is crazy. Time flies when you're having fun. Get your paper. Notice what I've done. I started with a big T. I have a skinny row up the top. I did 1, 2, 3, 4 lines here so that I could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big columns here. Okay. The ways to support the show are on the screen. All right. Go ahead and make this. So you have 5 big rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big rows. They're split. You have a single skinny row at the top. On that skinny single row at the top, I want you to write the word in all capital letters, or the words rather, in all capital letters: healing, rejection. Dot, why don't you get a whiteboard, electronic whiteboard, and do it that way? Because I don't want to. Healing, rejection. Okay, let's deal with this. Y'all following me? First cell, upper left-hand corner. I want you to write the word. What's the first area of healing? Mental. If I could spell it, I didn't just not spell MENTALL. Ooh, I'm tired. Mental. First area of healing. How do we heal rejection from a mental standpoint? Let's start here. I'll give you some bullet points. Bullet point 1. Learn to redefine what rejection means to you. If you mentally want to heal rejection, learn how to redefine what rejection means to you. For some people, rejection is the end of the world. For some of us, rejection is the beginning of a better world. Redefine what rejection means to you. I got another thing that'll help you, something called reframing. I teach this. Cognitive reframing. Can't get into it tonight. If you've been a client of mine, I'll probably help you work through this. If you've taken the cognitive reframing group work before, you know what it is. Where you simply take a situation and you ask yourself, what does this mean to me? That includes with rejection. Some of you have not learned how to redefine what rejection means. You've just settled for rejection, meaning these negative things or these negative ideas that have always been passed around about rejection. For some of us, rejection was a blessing. For many people, millions of people, COVID was the worst thing that ever happened. For some of us, COVID was the beginning of some of the best days of our lives. Oh my God. So reframing works. Let me give you the big one though. Number 3. I don't have time to deal with this. The big one, study your beliefs. Y'all see that? Can y'all see that? I know it's small. Study your beliefs. Study your beliefs. You want to change your thoughts about rejection? Go back to your beliefs and get an understanding of why fear is a factor in your life. If fear is a big reason why you have a problem with rejection, you got to ask yourself, well, where did that fear come from? Why is fear such a big deal to me? What is the root cause of me being fearful of rejection? And this is where you got to really dig into you. Maybe you got to look into your childhood. Maybe you got to look into times where perhaps as a kid or any other point in your life, you were not given the opportunity to develop a healthy relationship with words like fear. Maybe you were taught that failure was a horrible thing. So you've always been afraid to fail. And that fear of failure has translated into this fear of being rejected. Failure, rejection, not the same thing, but fear is the core of both of them. So when you study your beliefs and where your beliefs came from, that gives you a starting point of what to correct so that you can heal your belief around fear, around validation, around security. Many of you struggle with being secure, but you're not getting down to the core belief of why you struggle with security. Maybe it's because you grew up as a child and you never experienced what real security looked like from your parents or caregivers. Maybe the people you trusted to keep you secure as a child, as a young person, as an adolescent, as a teenager, as a young adult, whatever phase, the people you trusted to show you security did not show you security, and it helped to develop an unhealthy relationship with security. Thus, it is translated or manifested into you having an unhealthy relationship with rejection. You got to study your beliefs around insecurity. You got to study your beliefs around validation. You got to study your beliefs around anything that help to plant thoughts regarding rejection. So when you get rejected and you say, nobody wants me, that's a thought. You can't fix the thought, nobody wants me, by saying, I wish somebody wanted me. You can't fix a thought with a thought. You only can fix a thought with the belief that supports the thought. So if a person gets rejected and says, nobody wants me, they got to pause, take a step back and say, what is the belief that's causing me to take this rejection and say, nobody wants me? Is this making sense or no? Oh my God. Am I talking too fast? I don't see a lot of comments. Maybe y'all are writing. Am I going too fast? You've got to deal with what the belief is. Because when you discover what the belief is, you get to the core reason of why you have the thought. Change the belief, you change the thought. Okay? All right? This making sense? Writing. Good. All right. This is not making sense? Y'all are saying no. Somebody said no, sir. I'm just making sure. Let me know. So we can heal our thoughts around rejection. Let's put under the word mental, just put in under the words thoughts. Sorry, I should have done that. Under the word mental, put the word thoughts. We heal our thoughts around rejection. These are just some suggestions. Redefining what rejection means to you. Cognitive reframing. Studying your beliefs, where your beliefs are coming from, so that we can correct those thoughts by correcting the beliefs that support them. Right? Just walk through an example of that. You might have to rewind the tape a little bit. Okay? Now, come under the box, under mental, I want you to write the word emotional. Emotional. And I want you to put under the word emotional, the word feelings. Y'all supporting the show? Good. Somebody say they just subscribed. Welcome. Can't wait to see you Monday. Make sure you check out Monday's post for the Zoom details. Can't wait to see you. Okay? Write the word emotional, and put under it the word feelings. How do you heal rejection emotionally? Let me give you some things to think about. When people, things, situations, opportunities, organizations, whatever, when things reject you, let me ask you this. Do you react or do you respond? Uh-oh. This is where I'm about to lose some of y'all. Oh my God. When you're rejected or you experience rejection, Do you react or do you respond? Thank you. I don't know who Wild Seed is, but Wild Seed said, I need everybody in the chat to go like Doc's video. He got 7 likes as of this comment. It's ridiculous. This is why I be threatening to take these lives down. Like the video. Do you react or respond? Well, Doc, I don't know. Can you explain the difference? I'll tell you. If somebody rejects you, do you lead with your emotions or lead with your thoughts when it comes to your response? If you lead with your emotions instead of your thoughts, you're reacting. If you lead with your thoughts instead of your emotions, you're responding. Which is why when something or somebody rejects you and you say stuff like, nobody wants me, you're leading with your emotions. Oh my God. When something or somebody rejects you, an opportunity, you get passed over for an opportunity, you're rejected for an opportunity, and you say, I'm not good enough. You're leading with your emotions. Oh my God. But when you get passed over by an opportunity and you know you were qualified with the opportunity, why is that important? Because self-awareness matters. What is self-awareness, folks? Honesty about who you are, where you are, what you're doing. If you go on American Idol and you know you can't sing and you don't make it past the first round, nobody slighted you. You can't sing. Oh my God. And many of you are getting kicked off the first round of American Idol and claiming that people rejected you when you really can't sing. Oh my God. Which means, y'all, none of this stuff I'm teaching y'all right here, none of it works without honesty. None of it. If you're not going to be honest, none of this works. And you know you can't sing, and you didn't, and none of your friends didn't love you enough to say, child, bro, don't you go on that show. That's not for you. And everybody let you go, and then you talking about they rejected me. They turned me, they gonna regret this, and you can't sing. No, 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 no. So I want to make sure I clarify that. If you get rejected for an opportunity that you know you qualified for, and your response is, I'm not good enough. Nobody will ever give me an opportunity. Nobody will ever put me on, whatever. You are reacting because you are allowing your emotions, feelings to lead your thoughts. What does a response sound like? Well, you know you're qualified. You get rejected. A response sounds like, well, I didn't get picked. You know, apparently they weren't interested, or maybe they were interested in somebody else. It doesn't mean that I'm not ready for the opportunity. It means this opportunity wasn't for me. I wish whomever the best. I'm going to wait for what works for me. That's a secure response. It not only applies to opportunities, it also applies to people. It also applies to being rejected by people. Some of y'all take rejection so personal, and I know it because your response is always emotional. It's a reaction. You think that because somebody's not interested in you, that there's something wrong with you, when it could just be y'all not compatible. It could be that y'all are just not compatible. That mentality comes from leading with your thoughts and letting your emotions trail, not leading from your emotions and letting your thoughts trail. And I can tell by your response. You start throwing off on social media, you start acting crazy. No. Sometimes you can paddle and sometimes you not. I was telling was telling a friend of mine who didn't believe it, but it's the truth. I need to blow my nose, y'all. I feel it. Give me 1 second. I'm not going to do it in front of y'all. Just give me 1 second. Let me just slide out the camera. Just hold your nose for your pen for a second. Okay, I'm back. That was good. Now I'm going to check it in front of y'all. All right. I was telling somebody, a friend of mine, I think it was last week, who was shocked. We were talking about this rejection thing. Say, yeah, Doc, I've been rejected. I get rejected. I've been rejected. I can't say I get rejected all the time, but I've been rejected. I know what it's like to be rejected, without a doubt. But let me tell you something. Doc doesn't walk around wearing rejection as a badge of dishonor. Not at all. Because when you know who you are, what you represent, and you lead with your thoughts and not your emotions, my response is not emotional. Oh man, I ain't good enough for nobody. My response is mental first. Maybe they blind. Oh my God. Maybe they're blind or something. I know. This is too much for some of y'all. But this is a mentality. If you adopt it and learn how to lead with your thoughts first instead of your emotions, it'll help you emotionally be able to process rejection a whole lot better. Let me give you something else. React versus respond. Let me give you something else. Another way you can heal from rejection emotionally. Know the difference between exposing versus revealing. Y'all supporting the show? I'm going to take this one down. Exposing versus revealing. I'm going to explain this. I know. I mean, for some of y'all, that kind of attitude is too much. Y'all let this beanie and me screaming on social media fool y'all. In person, some of us are the real deal. Oh my God. So when you get rejected, you don't take this stuff personal. They rejected Jesus. Why wouldn't they reject you? Exposing versus revealing. What do you mean, Doc? Some of you were rejected because when you got close to the thing that you wanted, either exposed you or it revealed you. I'm going to explain this. Many of you got rejected from something you wanted and didn't realize that that thing either exposed you or it revealed you. What's the difference? Let's say that the thing you wanted is a light. Y'all stay with me. Let me give you a quick analogy. Let's say that the thing you want, it's a relationship, job promotion, new opportunity, whatever, thing that you're pursuing that rejected you. The thing that you wanted is the light, is a light. And when you got close to that light, what does a light do when anything gets close to it? When anything gets close to a light does two things. It either exposes or it reveals. And some of you don't realize that many of the things that rejected you, including people, did their job. Because when they rejected you, they also exposed how you either weren't ready or revealed that maybe you were too much. This is a mentality, y'all. And all those feelings of guilt and shame and feeling sad and all of this stuff, because you've been rejected, you don't even realize that a light is going to do what it's supposed to do. A light is supposed to expose or reveal. And some of the things you pursued that have rejected you did its job. It either exposed the fact that you weren't ready, or it revealed that you got more work to do. Or maybe it revealed that maybe you're too much. There's such a thing, y'all, as overwhelming people because you are too much. Let me tell you the real flex. When you get into a space where you overwhelm people with your presence because you're too much, that's a real flex. Oh my God. So you started criticizing the light because the light did its job. Man, this is crazy. You started criticizing the light for doing its job. You criticized the person for doing their job. They rejected you, but what they revealed through your emotional response is that you weren't ready. Doc, I was ready. How did you respond when you got rejected? I got mad. No, you won't. The thing you wanted, the light, revealed that you were not as ready as you thought you were. It exposed that you were not as prepared as you thought you were. And this is why some of y'all need to skate on the level that you're on. Because when you try to advance in anything, relationally, career, business, with your family, whatever, the brighter that light gets, the more it exposes and reveals. And if you're not ready to sit under that light, the thing that you desired, if you're not emotionally healed, will become the thing you despise. And this is why many of you end up despising the things and people that reject you, because the light was too bright and it exposed that you weren't ready. That's how people go from loving you 1 minute and can't stand you the next. Doc, how they go from really liking me and loving me to all of a sudden they can't stand me because the light was so bright that it exposed who they really were and what they were really ready for. So I don't take that personal. Doc is a light. You come too close, you might get burned. Oh my God. And everybody think they want the light till you get next to it. And when you've healed and done the work, and you are a healed light, I ain't talking about no toxic light. I'm not talking about no broken light. I'm not talking about no dysfunctional light. When you are a healed light, you're not going to dim your light just so people can be comfortable standing next to you. Either get comfortable standing next to the light you want, or go find a light on your level. Oh my God. Thank you, Ronna, for the support. I appreciate you. And that's what insecure, people who need validation types of people do. You want people that are bright lights to dim their light so you can be comfortable. No, why don't you go find a light on your level? Why don't you go find a light on your level? And then everybody can be happy. That's like me. Y'all know my favorite analogy. Sitting in first class. And because you back there and you feeling bad for being back there, I say, well, let me just maybe I can get up and go get them and slide over and we can both share this seat. We can share it. Because I don't want them to feel, I paid for this seat. Sit back there with them cold peanuts and them Biscoff cookies. Oh my God. I done made it. They already know. When I get on that plane tomorrow, I want my warm towel. I'm just, I don't care what y'all eating back there. I want my warm towel. And I'm not going to dim and give up my warm towel because you feeling some kind of way about me and my warm towel. Your insecurity is not my problem. And some of you, the way you need to heal from rejection, you need to learn the difference and learn what exposing and revealing does when it comes to being rejected. Because when you get turned down from the thing you really, 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 really want, monitor your feelings. Monitor your feelings. Monitor your feelings when you get turned down from the things you really, 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 really want. Because your feelings will tell you, have you been exposed? Has something been revealed? Oh my God. I can know people are ready for rejection by how they emotionally respond to the light. I like that. I'm going to shout out King Mark 89. I happen to look down and see that comment on Instagram. I hope he doesn't mind me reading this. Sometimes they're like, and we literally just said this, sometimes they're like can expose that you aren't ready for what you want, but also it can reveal that you are too much for them. They did their job. Heal, get ready for what you really want. It's that simple. Y'all whining and expecting the light to be something that ain't going to be. That's not how this works. Thank you, Yolanda, for your support. Appreciate you. All right, let's go to the third area. I got 10:34. I got to hurry up. Lord, I got to get up in a couple of hours. Mental, emotional, spiritual. Uh-oh, this is where I'm about to lose half of y'all. Under the word spiritual, in that third block, I want you to write the word understanding. Let me just pause and say the next 8 to 10 minutes of this conversation, if you don't have a spiritual foundation, you're going to be lost. If you don't have a spiritual foundation and don't want one, you're going to be lost for the next 8 to 10 minutes. Go get some coffee. The way we heal from rejection spiritually, first bullet, I want everybody to write this in all caps. Get over your need to understand why. Get over your need to understand why. That's okay. Go put the children in bed. I appreciate you, viralman.c. Thank you so much for tuning in. Get over your need to understand why. This is why I'm going to lose 50% of you. We have nearly right under 800 viewers so far. Let's get this up to 1,000. How do we heal from rejection spiritually? Get over your need to understand why. This for all of you closure people. Oh my God. Doc, I would have taken it better if they just would have told me why. Oh my God. Doc, I would have handled it better if they would have just let me know what I did wrong. Oh my God. Doc, I would have done a whole lot better if they would have just explained to me why they weren't interested. Oh my God. Doc, I would have just been a whole lot better if they would have told me why they didn't choose me for the job. Oh my God. Why don't you do better regardless? And that's what's wrong with this culture. You got access to so much information that you think every experience owes you an explanation. I want you to put this in the comments and in your notes. Every experience does not owe you an explanation. Get over yourself. This is why my work not for everybody. Go talk to your counselor, therapist, coach who wants to try to give you an explanation for everything. The reality is, I don't have an explanation for everything. There are some things that are going to happen in your life that don't come with an explanation. Get over it. If a good wig comes with a closure, then you better learn how to create your own. You expect the same people that reject you to give you closure. It don't work that way. The way you spiritually move beyond rejection is get over your need to understand why. There's some things that's going to happen in your life. You ain't going to have no explanation. Deal with that. Deal with it. The same wig you bought from Charmin Jackie's that cost you $800 that came with a little closure is proof that when experiences happen, specifically rejection, you can, with that experience, create your own closure. People don't owe you closure. People don't owe you an explanation. People don't owe you a reason. Now, somebody's saying, Doc, wigs don't work like that. Maybe some of y'all buying cheap wigs. I have friends who buy $1,400, $1,500, $1,600 wigs. Them wigs come with closures. I'm not talking about them little $200 wigs that y'all be shouting or doing twerking in, and the little lace part right here be like this. Oh my God. I'm not talking about y'all wigs, them little $200 wigs where it be looking like this right here. Them little $200 junks don't come with no closure. You got to go and get you a piece and fill that in. My mama's a licensed cosmetologist. I know what I'm talking about. Oh my God. Them cheap ones be looking like this. You move, you take a couple of steps, you bend over to pick up something, your joint go from this to this right here. Them little $200 joint, that ain't, my friends, they be wearing them $1,700, $1,800 wigs. Them joint look like they sold the wig in your scalp. There's a lesson in this when it relates to rejection. Get over your need to understand. How do we do this? I'm glad you asked. There are 3 ways you can do this. Y'all ready for this? I shouldn't even give y'all this because y'all not supporting the show. Let me check. Y'all not supporting the show. Y'all don't be supporting me. And that's the crazy part. Like, some of y'all won't get this much assistance from your therapist in 3 years. And it ain't no shade. I'm just being honest. This is feedback that I hear all the time from my clients. I'm not being whatever. I don't care if you feel like I am, but I'm not. So I don't even know if I should give y'all this. Let me give y'all 3 ways you can get over your need to understand why. All right, you ready? Number 1. Get out of coach. Get out the coach and economy seat. I'm going to explain this. I might do a video out of this because I had a really good conversation with a client about this. That's going to let me share a story. And this plain analogy was just brilliant. I ain't going to hold you. Way number 1, to get over your need to understand why, get out of coach and economy. What does that mean? That means stop trying to do things your way. Doing things your way. What does doing things your way look like when you've been rejected? Trying to come up with reasons, trying to come up with explanations. People don't give you an explanation, so you try to create one. You form narratives in your mind to help you feel better about the rejection instead of just accepting the fact that maybe, just maybe, it won't meant for you to get an explanation. Stop creating them. Because when you do things your way, you are sitting in seat 32A, way in the back, right next to the restroom. So every time people got to use the restroom, you have a line of people standing in front of you for the whole duration of the flight. You can't even get up. So there are three ways you can get over your need to understand why. You can keep trying to do things your way. And let me just give you a heads up on this. There are three ways: good, better, best. Y'all should kind of have an idea where we're going. Well, how else will I be able to control things? That's the point. You don't need to control them. This is why, to heal spiritually over rejection, you got to get over your need to control. You got to get over your need to understand. You got to get over your need to know. And that's why that's a spiritual principle. And many people are not going to understand that. So, way number one, you can just stay in coach and keep doing things your way. Way number two, you guessed it, you can come up to business class. What does business class look like? Well, one way you can get over your need to understand why is if you just happen to get some understanding. Maybe the person that rejects you, the thing that rejects you, makes it clear to you why, tells you why, explains why. Y'all, you might not be able to read this. That's a luxury. Business class is a luxury. When people explain the rejection, when the job explains the rejection, that's a luxury. That doesn't always happen. You hit or miss with that business class. If you ever been on a plane, you'll notice that business class tends to be the section of the plane that has the least amount of seats. This is going over y'all's heads so hard. Business class has the least amount of seats. You know why? Because when you are rejected, and especially rejected by a broken person, when you are rejected by a broken person, the chances of you getting an explanation, pretty slim. Pretty slim. The chances of you getting an explanation, pretty slim, especially if the person is broken. Now, I'm going to say this. If the person is secure and they give you an explanation, you got to take it. And don't try to rewrite the explanation and put your own little whatever on it. Secure people don't need you to add a narrative. They tell you what it is. Can I say this and admit this out loud? As a secure man, one thing that I despise is when somebody takes something that I say or do and they create a narrative as if I don't have the ability to tell you or show you what I want. Secure people don't need your help. We like fire. We don't need no matches. Oh my God. Let me slide this wig back. We like fire. We don't need no matches. And I hate it. Secure people hate to be connected to people who create narratives because they can't settle for your explanation. Y'all like my wig? Y'all not supporting this. I tell you what. I tell you what. I'm looking. Y'all think I'm playing with y'all? This is gonna be the one that comes down, and then y'all gonna be in my inbox. Doc, why did you put it up? I told y'all. I warned y'all. I absolutely warned y'all. Let me give you a third reason to get over, or a third way to get over your need to understand why. You ready? Remember, y'all, coach economy. Way number one, business. Way number two, way number three. Why don't you come on up to first class? What's the first class way to spiritually heal from rejection? The first class way to spiritually heal from rejection is to use things like faith, trust. Here's a big one: letting go. Y'all, I think my next book is going to be on letting go. I've been back and forth about that in this relationship. I think I'm going to go the letting go route. You know why? Because faith, trust, and letting go, spiritual principles. Which means when you don't have an answer, you grow to understand that you don't necessarily have to have one. And I want to make this clear. I don't care if you have ADHD, ADD, BPD. I don't care what you have. You have to get to a place where you can heal your thoughts and your emotions so you can embrace a first-class mentality on rejection. I'm giving you the formula. Doc, what if I got a mental illness? Let's heal those thoughts so we can correct those emotions and we can be positioned spiritually to embrace rejection in a first-class way. Somebody said AARP. Y'all are wild. Does this make sense? Because the reality is when it comes to faith, trust, belief, guess what they all got in common? Faith, trust, belief, letting go. None of them require answers. You don't need no answers. Yep. Faith, trust, and letting go. I'm on the I that's a possible book choice. I don't want to give the other choices because people be stealing on social media. But faith, trust, and letting go is a possible book choice. But I have another option that I think I like. I like a little bit better. Um, yeah, it's a lengthy one, but it's really good. I don't want to say it quite yet. And this is not easy, y'all. This is what makes working with some people like us. Thank you so much, 6 Foot Ball Mom, for your support. Appreciate you. This is what makes working with folks like me who ground their work, who include in their work a foundation of spirituality. It makes it harder, but that's why the results come faster. Because the stuff y'all be worried about, we put it on faith, trust, and belief and letting go, and we move on. Let me slide this wig back some more. Huh? Does this make sense? I appreciate that. Somebody said Jesus straight sent you. I really believe I've been called to this space. I ain't kidding you. If you knew my story and you knew what I gave up to get here, it would make a whole lot of sense. So those compliments always mean a lot to me. Thank you. Keep the beat. That means a lot. Gave up a lot to get here. I got a story. And one day I'll tell it. All right. Fourth way to heal from rejection. Lord Jesus, y'all. It's 10:53. Oh my gosh. I'm supposed to be finished. I'm running my mouth. It's my fault. Physical. Notice y'all were dealing with the 5 areas of healing. Do you have your copy of the book? The new rollout of them just went out. They've sold out 2 times. We're on the 3rd round. They've been selling out like crazy. Get your copy. Links in my bio. Make sure you do it. I can't help it. The only thing that's funny is if I put my glasses down here like this. How y'all like this look right here? This is how some of y'all look with that wig, that $200 wig to be sliding back up like this. Y'all be like this. Let me stop. Y'all don't need to see that side of me. I told y'all, some of us different in person. We different. Good. And to found, you have no idea how much I needed this, and to found you is not accidental. I appreciate that, Juliet. That means a lot. Wild Seed, thank you so much for that support. I appreciate that. And your comments early, I saw them. Check this out. Physical. How do we physically heal from rejection? Let's talk about this. I got some points I can give you. I want you to put in parentheses under physical, your body. It's going to get brutal right here. It's going to get brutal down through here. Let me make sure my wig is on because it might slide off with these comments that's coming. How do you heal physically from rejection? Focus on your body. How do we do that? Number 1, why don't you stop whining? And take care of your health. You know how your body tells you you're not healed enough to take rejection? When you start getting sick after you get rejected. When you can physically feel rejection, you are being physically impacted by rejection. Thank you so much, Kimberly. That means a lot to me. I appreciate that. When you can physically feel rejection, your body's telling you you're not physically able of processing rejection. You should not feel rejection in your body. This principle is so deep right here. You do the same way you can feel stress in your bones. If you can feel rejection in your body, you're not processing it well physically. Thank you, Chantel, for the support. I appreciate you. You shouldn't feel rejection in your bones, in your intestinal system. Your eating habits shouldn't be thrown off because of rejection. Some of you, upset stomach turning. Why? Because of rejection. That's your body's way of telling you that physically, you have allowed the emotions of rejection to skip over the need for you to not understand, and now it's impacting your body. How do we do it? Take care of your body. How? Get in the gym. Eat better. And I talk about this in the 5 Areas of Healing book. One of the signs that you know you're not processing pain well physically is when you do things like binge eat. This is the way I've even had to stop myself. When I I've been in a very stressful season, especially with this tour and trying to do this, and the kids are busy. I got to find the kids' trainers, and I got all of this stuff going on. And it's been a very stressful time. And I've noticed something that during very stressful times, Doc wants to eat. Now I have a very high metabolism because I work out 5 days a week. And at least 2 of those days I work, no, 6 days a week. And 2 of those days I do 2 workouts. I do a lot of working out. My metabolism is really high. But I can tell that physically I'm not processing stress well when I want to go and get in the car and go get a big old carton of ice cream and sit in here and eat it. I have Reese's. Reese's are always on deck. I don't binge eat them, but I'll have one or two. But if I go in there and grab 5 or 6 Reese's and I just pop them like Tic Tacs, I'm in this physical space where all of a sudden my stress is having a physical toll. Rejection works the same way. When you allow rejection to cause you to let go of your health, let go of your body, let go of how you show up, you ain't processing it well. Thank you so much, Jalen McWilliams. I've been following you for a little bit. It helps. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. AC Griffith, what's up? New client. I appreciate you. I'm serious. Binge eating, binge shopping. I'm going to get to that in a second. Same kind of theory. So take care of your health, meaning I'm just putting some things on it so you have it. This is where the gym comes into play. Exercise, diet, nutrition, physical appearance. You got some extra coins? You wearing a wig? And you can afford to come up from this $200 wig to the $500 that stop about right here? Go invest that extra $300. Fellas, stop wearing the same things every day. You got the extra money and you can afford to do it, and you have the opportunity to do it, invest in your own appearance. Deion Sanders said, you look good, you play good. I think, or something like that. You look good, you feel good, you play good, something like that. Thank you, Marsha Spencer. God let me here for a reason. I just decided to split from my husband tonight, and this live is exactly what I needed. Wow. Wow. Absolutely rooting for you, Marsha. We're not praising and celebrating the fact that a split has occurred. I made this clear on my lives. I am pro couples. I love love, and I love to see people in love. But I also love to see people choosing their values, and not only choosing their values, but refusing to settle for behavior from people who don't want to make a marriage work. So kudos to you. I appreciate you. All right? Physical appearance. Fix yourself up. Fellas, you spending all of this money, working all these hours, and the red pill community is telling you to go make this money. You making all this money now, but you're wearing the same stuff. No, bro. Take some of that money and go get. You'd be shocked. The same women that's rejecting you put on a suit, fix that goatee up a little bit, fix some of that scruff on your face, or you can wear scruffy. That's a look. Get the dirt out from under your nails. Put a couple $100 on your chest and on your back. You'd be shocked at what it does to you. All of a sudden, your confidence is through the roof. Invest in your appearance. And I want everybody to ask yourself this $1 million question. Are you the physical version of yourself that deserves what you want? I want everybody to write that question down. I had a client. I gave a client this question when I walked them through this coach business first class analogy, and they about passed out. Are you the physical version of yourself that deserves what you want? If the answer is no, you got some work to do. Are you the physical version of yourself that deserves what you want? What's that standard? You get to set it. This ain't about a certain body shape. For all of you people that's dying to call me a feminist, this ain't about a certain body shape. This ain't about a certain physical thing. You can look and feel how you want to. But are you confident and comfortable enough in the version of you that version is going to give you what you deserve? If the answer is yes, congratulations. If the answer is no, you got more work to do. Lady Bond 09, you are called by God. Thank you so much. You have changed my perspective. I appreciate you. That means a lot to me. Wow, you guys are really pouring it on tonight. Ashley Noel Goodwin. That name sounds familiar. Obedience is the way we show him love. You're obedient to your call, and I appreciate you as well. Thank you so much. Some of us just have unrealistic standards and expectations for the things that we want. And it shows up in the physical version and the way in which we show up and show up for ourselves. You got to love your appearance so much that people's opinion of your appearance is secondary. You got to love how you show up physically so much that people's opinion of your appearance is secondary. Because some of y'all think it's looks. It's not. It's energy. It's your spirit. This is why you can see two people and one of them is drop dead gorgeous and the other one looks like the bottom of your shoe. But I guarantee you the one that looks like the bottom of a shoe has a spirit and an energy about them that causes them to be comfortable with how they look physically. So they are the physical version of themselves that causes them to believe they get what they deserve. Does it make sense? Appreciate you, Giant. Appreciate you. Last one. Fifth way to heal from rejection. You guessed it. I want you to put in the box financial. Yeah. Confidence is attractive. You don't have to be the best looking, but when you got confidence, it's a certain moxie that comes with that. And let me tell you what ain't gonna make you confident. Finances ain't gonna make you confident. That's pseudo confidence. People who suddenly become confident because they're making a lot of money, that confidence don't last. And a person that's got real confidence can see right through it. Were you confident when you were broke? If the answer is no, don't think money fixed it. You got to go a little bit deeper. Oh my God. Does this make sense? Not taking new clients yet. I think a few of you have reached out. I know some clients have reached out. Some of you have reached out to me personally. I responded and told you I would try to make a way if you did, and you sent me a message. I promise you I'm going to get to you in the next couple of days. Yes, Miss Tiffany. Tiffany, my moderators are fussing at me. 11:05. They know I got to get up in the morning. Got to fly across country. So I'm going to wrap this up. I promise you. Financial. I want you to put under this. Let me hurry up. I feel like my girl's on me now. I want you to put in parentheses, money matters. And I'm not saying money matters. We're talking about money matters. Financial, money matters. What does that mean? Well, one easy way to heal over rejection is to focus on your financial stewardship. What does that mean? Instead of wasting money to try to get people to accept you, approve you, like you, instead of wasting money to get people to accept you or want to be connected with you, why don't you save that money and invest that energy back into you? Watch this. How many of you can be honest and admit that you spent a whole lot of money seeking either to absolve fear, insecurity, or validation? If you've ever done that, type a 1 in the comments. Have you ever spent an absurd amount of money trying to feel better about your fear, insecurity, or validation? Maybe it was through shopping. Maybe you tried to spin the pain away. Some of you do it through taking trips. You ain't taking trips to travel the world. You're taking trips to run away from pain. That's wasting money. Many people try to use money to hide behind money, to hide our pain behind our money. And I'm telling you, if you've ever done any of those things, stop. Going out to dinner and having a $500 dinner ain't going to help you feel better about your rejection. Ain't gonna help you feel better about no other kind of pain that you've experienced. They call it retail therapy. And that's why it sucks, because it really ain't therapy. It's retail waste. Oh my God. Would you consider being a part of the podcast tonight's conversation? Monique, send me an email, info@zebthethird.com, and send me some details about your podcast and some links as well. And I'll check it out. Does this make sense? Financial stewardship. Redirect that energy that you've been spending on your pain and put it back into bettering you. One of the best things you can do when you get rejected, watch this. Y'all ain't gonna like this. Make more money. And I want you to put in parentheses under that, work harder. That ain't what most of you do. You get rejected, you don't get the promotion at work, somebody you want, don't want you, whatever. What you do is you sit and curl up under your blanket and cry every day. And I'm not saying you may not have moments where you do cry. I'm not suggesting that you disconnect from your emotions. Please don't take it to the extreme. But if you get rejected, one easy way to get over rejection, work a little bit harder. So let me tell you something about being successful. Being successful will change your energy in a minute. And being successful helps you to deal with being rejected. You can cope with rejection a little bit better when you're successful. I know some of y'all don't like this. It's the truth. Thank you, Cassandra, for your support. You can cope with rejection a little bit better when you're successful. I told you at the beginning of the broadcast, you can't, when you're healed, you don't get worked up over shots you shoot that don't work. Some of us have shot some shots and we crossing our fingers. Nothing wrong with that. But keep working hard. And all that energy that you've expended crying, binge shopping, binge eating can be energy that you can put back into yourself financially so that you can heal from rejection. Not going out and buying 10 outfits and thinking buying 10 outfits is going to give you a better self-concept about yourself. It's pseudo. It's fake. Going on a trip and booking some tickets to Bali ain't going to help you with the pain of rejection and being let down or looked over. It's not. It's pseudo. It's fake. Let me slide my wig up a little bit more. Y'all need to go back and rewind and watch that wig part so y'all can stop wearing them $200 wigs to be back here like this. I can't let it go. I need to stop. I can't let it go. I'm getting sleepy. It's late. I gotta catch a flight in a few hours, literally. Is this making sense? Y'all, this is how you heal from rejection. I ain't posting it unless I'm telling you right now, you better talk to your friends and dial a lifeline. I'm not posting it unless 20 more of y'all support the show. I made this clear. Not because I need it. I don't. You need to support the show because you need to invest in your own rescue. Here's the blueprint to heal from rejection right here. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially. My 5 areas of healing. It's not hard. But it requires self-awareness so you can move past these feelings of fear, insecurity, validation, or these needs, rather, related to fear, insecurity, validation. This makes sense? Hey, Phoenix, I'm going to be there in a couple of hours. I'm going to be there Saturday at the stadium. Get a ticket. There might even be tickets at the door. Talk to the site coordinator. Shout out to Shahara Boyd, thank you for all the work you're doing. Might be able to do some tickets at the door for this event because it's such a smaller, more intimate setting that we're going to have. Check it out. DMV. If you're in the DMV, if you're in Houston, I'm going to be in Houston April I think it's the 11th or the 12th. The 12th. I'll be in Houston. Get tickets for Houston. I would love to see you there. And then in May, we're coming to the DMV. We're going to be at the Gaylord in National Harbor. Yeah. My little Chitlin Circuit self is going to be at the Gaylord. Ain't that all right? That event will have VIP access, a special VIP event. It's going to be crazy. I need y'all to jump on this. Florida is on the radar. Dallas is on the radar. New Orleans is on the radar. Charlotte's on the radar. Chicago is coming. New York is coming. Yeah. So if you're in Houston and you don't have a ticket, I need you to get it now. Houston is making some momentum over the last couple of weeks. So yeah, I want you to do it now. Y'all support the show. What time is it? 11:13. You got until 11:30 to support this show. Y'all think I'm playing? Because I'm tired and I'm irritated. I'm gonna take this live down if 20 more of y'all don't support this show. The ways to support on the screen. If you have not signed up for my spring cleaning and healing course, 5 weeks, every Saturday in April, first Saturday in May. The link to support it or to sign up for that course is on my bio. If you're a subscriber, you have a promo code. Use it. Use that promo code. And I would love for you to be a part of that 5-week session. This therapist can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to meet you as well. I love it. I have clients that are therapists and counselors and coaches. I love it. And it's always an honor. So you all support me. It's a big deal. Yes, irritated, just tired. Nothing's seriously wrong, y'all. Come on. Y'all should know my humor by now. All right. So if it is up, it will be up at 11:30. It will be on Facebook and YouTube if it is still up. If you don't see it there at 11:30, it's because y'all didn't support. I love y'all. My subscribers will get it exclusively. I'll make sure that they see it on Instagram and Patreon. Am I the physical version of yourself that deserves what you? Oh, I think somebody's watching in delay. Yeah, that's a big question. Yeah, I'm sleepy. I'm tired. I got to get up in a couple of hours. I'm about to go lay down, showered and earlier so that I could just go ahead and do this. Already packed. I've never packed this early, but Phoenix, I can't wait to get there. I've been sent 7 or 8 lamb chop recommendations. I'm so skinny fat, especially on cheat days. It's going to be brutal. I don't want to say the restaurant's name right now, but there is a restaurant in Phoenix that my site coordinator is told that I'm coming, and they don't even serve lamb chops, but they do Caribbean jerk style cooking, and they're going to get lamb chops just to cook for me tomorrow. Ain't that crazy nice? So I will definitely be posting those lamb chops. My mouth is watering thinking about it. That's why I'm going to get 2 more workouts in early in the morning. That's why I got to get up in a couple of hours to get in some cardio and some weights. And I am going to take my Chitlin Circuit self to Phoenix. And I can't wait to meet the handful of you that are going to be there. All right. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Go to Maple and Ash for lamb chops and steak. Maple and Ash. I need to remember that. Maple and Ash. I need a pen. Maple and Ash. I will check that out. I have so many things to check out in 48 hours in Phoenix. So it's going to be crazy. Houston, I know, has great restaurants. So if you're a chef, you know somebody that owns a great restaurant, tell them to get at me. I would love to stop by, especially if they got lamb chops. I just love lamb chops. And DC, I already know what time it is. DC is going to be great. New York, I know what time it is. Chicago, I know what time it is. So this is going to be great. Great times. All right. Appreciate y'all. Peace and blessings. Have a good night. The ways to support are on the screen. I'll see you guys next week. I'll have content out tomorrow. Y'all have a good night. Take care. Doc is tired. Love y'all. Bye. See you. Appreciate that. Safe travels indeed.